Michael Musto, how was your comical radio experience?
Oh, I'm just like floating.
You're so like verbose in the column, but you're kind of a quiet, shy guy.
I told you I'm painfully shy.
Aww.
I need to be drawn out.
Well, can I still take you out to Brooklyn? Would you come out to Brooklyn with me?
No, let's go somewhere else.
We'll go. Where do you want to go? Schenectady?
Somewhere in Manhattan.
Westchester? In Manhattan? So what are the hot spots right now in the city, do you think?
I only go to gay places, so I have a very limited view of what's hot.
Yeah.
But, there's Beige on Tuesday, there's Club 57 on Saturday.
Hot.
Hero Ballroom on Sunday.
That's where we can find you?
Yeah.
Possibly.
In the corner.
All right, Michael, thanks a lot.
Thank you.
You know, it's always really just been an email list. I mean, and it's also doing it over the course of many years. I mean, I did pranks with one other person for a few months, and then with 3 or 4 other people, and then, and...
Yeah, I get emailed
with 30 people.
all the time to do these improv.
Yeah, really?
Yeah, from different people. They're like, "Oh, this looks like." People send me a thing. This looks like it would be up your alley, Mike, and I'm like, "Nope."
But now that I know that there's an original,
It
you know
is,
what I mean? Except no imposters. Like, this is the original one. That's the only one that I'm gonna look for now. There's other people doing it, but they're obviously not. They don't have the flair that you guys do.
Sure, which one did you have the most fun doing?
The most fun doing? Well, we did a fake U2 concert back in 2005, and that's always been one of my favorites. So.
What does that mean, a fake U2 concert?
Well, I'll tell you. U2 was playing at Madison Square Garden back in their Vertigo tour when Atom Bomb came out. And they had a show at 8 o'clock at night at MSG, and I used to live across the street on 8th Avenue in this 4-story apartment building, and I had access to my roof. U2, famous for doing rooftop concerts, such as the Where the Streets Have No Name video. So I put a fake U2 on my roof, and my roommate at the time was in a cover band, so his band got up on the roof, dressed up like U2, and we rented a sound system, put a drum kit up there, and they played 5 U2 songs about an hour before the real show. So there's like 20,000 U2 fans in the neighborhood on the way to the gig, and hundreds of people are stopping in the street going crazy.
How'd you find a guy that could sing like Bono?
I found a friend of mine, Ptolemy Slocum, who's a comedian, and he really couldn't sing like Bono that well.
Could he do a political tirade like him?
He did do a lot of like political speeches and tirades and dream out loud type rants within the show. But it was 4 stories up, so even though his singing wasn't perfect, the band was actually really great, and they used the same guitar and amplifier as the Edge. But it was 4 stories up, and you couldn't quite see them. You could just kind of see the tops of their heads, so it worked.
Are you a Kaufman fan? You have to be, right?
I am, yeah. I mean, Andy Kaufman was definitely a pretty big influence of mine. In college, I read Andy Kaufman Revealed, which
That's
is
one of my favorite books. Yeah,
it's fantastic. Bob Zamuda wrote it.
Sorry.
And there's just...
Did he?
Oh, well, maybe Tony Clifton wrote it. I don't know. But then, no, there's just great stories which really don't exist in most of the other Kaufman books or movies. Just stories of maybe Bob made them up. I don't know, but
like in the restaurant.
Like doing pranks in diners on the side of the road.
Yeah, Mr. X. Those are like the real pranks. Those are the.
Do you know who Mr. X is?
Yeah, it's on Wikipedia. I think it's a Hollywood producer, right? I mean,
I don't know.
You can figure it out. I mean, the book doesn't say who Mr. X. Mr. X in the book is a producer who Bob Zamuda had a day job working for, who made him do ridiculous tasks. It was just kind of paranoid.
The donut thing is.
Brilliant.
You remember in the book?
Yeah, what's the
where
story?
they buy everything in the store except one donut.
Right.
What was it? The woman before.
You wanted the woman to take her shirt off, right?
You got everybody there to take their shirts off.
Right.
And just kept throwing down all this cash. It started with, I think he asked for a donut and was trying to skip in line.
Yeah,
They're like, wait your turn. And then he just throws down so much cash and at the end leaves the one donut.
He gets trucks to ship everything out.
The sugar, he buys the sugar, the flour.
He buys their clothes.
Right.
Their dignity.
Please introduce yourself.
I'm back, Cambry Cruz.
Why are you back here today, Cambry?
I don't know what they're going to talk to me about. It varies every time, from my book to comedy. I haven't been here in a long time, so I'm just going to wing it.
So I was reading your bio, and you are fluent in sign language.
Yes.
Can you give us like some curse words or like some dirty
That's
phrases?
Like the top 3 questions.
Yeah. How do you do
wants,
eat my ass in sign language?
Well, this is asshole. So I would just say eat my asshole.
Have you ever gotten that one before? Or
no, that's a new one.
No.
But the top 3 questions are always like, do you know sign language? When they find out my family stuff, and it's like, yes, of course I know sign language. And how did you learn to talk? I don't know why people think that I wouldn't know how to talk because I have a deaf family. And then how do you say fuck in sign language?
And that's fuck.
Yeah.
Is there one for shit, or is there just...
Yes, shit.
There you go.
Bitch, bastard. Oh, bastard? Yeah, bastard, I think.
Awesome. Thanks a lot, Camry.
Yeah, you're welcome.